Hi guys! So today I am making recipe for dinner. It's a new one. I've never made it, but it looked delicious. Basically what it is zucchini or zoodles with an avocado sauce. I had some avocados at home that were ready to be used, so I thought, why not? So I am halfway through putting the ingredients together, but you can definitely follow along. And don't mind me as I come in and out because I'm trying to be clean when I cook. But I tend to be naturally messy because I think it's half of the fun, like getting everything all over the place. Some people may not agree with me, but it is what it is. So, anyways, I throw away half a lemon because that's all I needed. Close that. Put that in here. All right. So I've got my oil, my lemon, garlic, basil, um, all measured out. Let me see what else I'm missing. Hold, please hold. Let's see. Oh, yes, my salt. I need uh, half a teaspoon of salt. So, got that. I've got my sea salt going. And so while I'm cooking, let's chat. I am in week 3 of my soft and strong movement. And I know I haven't shared much on it, and maybe I didn't share much before, but I am super excited about it because it came together from. Oh my god, clearly I cannot multitask. Please hold. I have to clean really quick. It came from my own journey, obviously, and what I was craving. I was craving a program that I could do at my own pace, in a safe environment that promoted not just physical well-being but also connecting the mind, the body, and the soul. I'm very spiritual. I love all the woo-woo stuff. So I wanted to incorporate a program that incorporated that, like all the angel card readings and things like that. And I don't know about you guys, but I have not found anything like that. So I knew that I probably wasn't alone in craving something like that. So I thought, hey, why not create it myself? So I teamed up with Beachbody, and and that's the exercise portion. That has been something that has been helping me so much in supporting my mental health, and also as I'm on my journey to lose weight. And the reason why I'm losing weight, in case you're wondering, because my program is not about weight loss at all, but it is about supporting well being, overall well being, and self love. And obviously, I love myself very, very much, and I want to take care of myself. I want my body to be strong, and I want to be around for a long time. And I want to be able to have the energy to do the things I want to do that right now I may not, like do a long hike or things like that. Not that it prevents me, I definitely go on them, but I huff and puff my way around. But one of the main reasons why I am really working towards this is because I was born with congenital heart disease, and I've had 2 open heart surgeries, and thankfully I'm all patched up and whatnot, but I do see my cardiologist every year. And this past year, he said that, it was really important for me to lose weight because while right now it may not affect my heart, long term it will. And that's something that really scared me, and it was a wake up call for me that maybe I was taking care of all the other areas in my life, except my physical health. And so I definitely want to stop neglecting that and that area. And I have since January been committed to showing up every day and working on my showing my body some love because it deserves it and I deserve it. But again, I had in the past done a lot of programs in which they were very harsh. Not to say that they weren't good. Of course, they were good. That's why I enrolled. But I wasn't ready for that. It was very harsh on my body. It felt like I was nervous going into each class because I wasn't sure what I was gonna have to force my body to do. Something that perhaps it wasn't ready to do. So I started doing some research. Well, I lie. It wasn't research. I started cleaning my house. That's what I did. And I found some old DVDs of 21 Day Fix that I had from a long time ago, and some Zumba DVDs as well. And I thought to myself, well, why not you dust them off and use them? And I did. And I loved it. I committed to doing a full round of 21 days. And what I like is that there were variations, so you can modify each movement to your fitness level. So I never felt like I was straining my body like I did in class. And I never felt, another aspect was that I felt embarrassed because, of course, there were women in the, or other people in general, because I did both all women classes and also co-ed. So I always felt kind of intimidated and embarrassed of what the others could do and how awkward and clumsy I looked. And I was very self-conscious. So the fact that I could do it in my own home and do it however I looked, like it didn't matter if my hair was done, it didn't matter if my makeup was on, if my outfit matched, which for me, how that was half the battle of getting out of the house to a class. I had to look at least decent if I was gonna look awkward and clumsy. I at the very least wanted to look cute. So anyhow, I wanted to get away from that. I really wanted to do it in a way that felt good, that felt really soothing and comfortable. So doing the workouts at home really helped me with that because I was able to create a safe space. I was able to do it in my own time and my own pace, and that was something very important to me. And in creating soft and strong movement, I wanted to offer that to my clients. I wanted to see that there's a different way of doing things, a different way of getting healthier, that it didn't have to be restricting. It didn't have to feel like a struggle or that you had to force yourself to do it. I mean, sure, some days, let's face it, you do have to just show up because you may not have the time, you may not want to, whatever it may be. But the point being that I am making it and creating this space so that you don't feel that way. So that you show up happy and excited and that you see how your body can change when you're connecting all the dots and when you are doing it out of self-love and not self-hatred. When you're doing it to nurture yourself, to do it to feel happy right now, right where you are at. Not when you're already lost 30 pounds or whatever it may be. Not because you don't feel sufficient or ready or whatnot. Because let's face it, you're never going to be ready. It's either you do it or you don't. And but if you are going to do it, why not have it be in a way that really supports you? And that's what Soft and Strong is all about. It's about supporting you. It's about having a loving space. It's about incorporating things, not things, your mind, your body, your soul, because half of the battle is working on your inner self, your personal development, letting go of limiting beliefs that that you've been holding on to and that have been preventing you from showing yourself love, from prioritizing yourself. And for me, like I've mentioned time and time again, I'm on a mission to help women. I really want you to to make the change, to go on this journey with me, to do it together, so that you can start living life, so you can start prioritizing yourself. Let the freaking struggle go, because I mean, what's the point of that? So my next round of Soft and Strong is going to start June 12th. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll send you all the details. I'd love to have you join me. But in the meantime, let's continue on now that I've chatted like crazy on this recipe. And I'll share a little bit more about me so you get to know me more. I don't share this often, but I actually went to culinary arts school, and I had a passion because I worked in event planning for many, many years, and I loved all the time that I was spending in the kitchen. And at the time, I didn't know how to make anything but open a can of Chef Boyardee. I'm not even gonna lie. But as I started helping with preps and things for my events, when the kitchen was, oh, battery running low, please hold. I am going to just plug in my charger. Give me one sec. I thought I had charged. There we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so I went to culinary arts school for a little bit, and I worked as an apprentice at the Ritz-Carlton and the Hyatt, and I was part of the opening team at the Hard Rock Hotel here in San Diego, which was so much freaking fun. I felt like I was like I knew something secret that no one else knew, and it was just a lot of fun. But you know, life gets busy. I left the culinary world, and I cook here and there for my family, and I did mostly prep. I was a prep cook, and I worked in pastry, which was the best. Not only because I love my sweets, but because that was the part of the kitchen that you couldn't rush. It was the part of the kitchen where you really had to be patient, and you had to put a lot of love into your pastries, because otherwise they won't bake correctly. And that very much translates to personal development, personal transformation. You have to be patient with it. You cannot rush it. You just have to go day by day and toss in all the ingredients until it fully bakes and you get this delicious cookie or cake or creme brulee or whatever it may be. But that's what it's all about. It's about the patience, the nurturing, and that's what I really loved about the kitchen. Now, the prep and when I worked in banquets, I didn't like, because it was all rushed and you had to just be on your feet all the time, like hop to it, and that's just not my style. So anyways, I don't do culinary anymore, but definitely it's in my heart. I love it. And I'm not a natural cook by any means. I'm not the type of person who's gonna just whip up a recipe out of my mind, like but I can follow a recipe because, well, that's simpler. So this recipe, I've been looking for ways to incorporate more veggies because that's where I lack. And although I get them a lot of them in my Shakeology every morning, which by the way, I tried the green berry today, and oh man, it's delicious. I've done the chocolate vegan, and now I'm trying the green berry. And oh man, everybody that knows me knows that I'm like such a picky eater, but this is so good. Like, I have never done shakes before because of the taste, because I hate it and I'm picky, but this is delicious. But anyway, I'm rambling. So this recipe, okay, so it's avocado sauce. So basically it's zoodles, which I am kind of stocking up my kitchen. And I bought this little guy. It was spiraler or spiralizer. I don't know what it is. But anyways, basically you spiral your veggies. So I started spiralizing already my zucchinis, but I have 2 left, and I've already washed and everything. So don't think I'm just tossing dirty zucchinis into my food. Let me see if this is the right side. I think it is. Let's find out. Yes, it is. Okay, let me grab my bowl and I'll start doing that. So yeah, so I started doing after the culinary world, I went back to healthcare. I've had a bunch of like random been in random industries. I've done nonprofit, which I love. I've done healthcare for many years. My first high school job was that, exactly. It was working at a primary care physician's office, and I learned everything about that practice and that world, and I loved it. Hospitality and event planning was just magical, because like I said, I felt like I was a little kid running around, and like I knew secrets that the guests didn't. And I would imagine, like, you know those travel channels specials where they do like top luxury hotels or whatever. That's kind of how I felt like I was doing a tour every time I showed event hall or something like that. Like I knew all the secrets, and it was a lot of fun. And also getting to dress up and attend the event, the fancy events, and I liked calling the shots. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. But the common thread among everything is that I love helping people. I'm naturally caring, and I gravitate towards big causes and anything that can fulfill or improve someone's life. I'm all for it. Like, sign me up, let's do it. Which is how I got to life coaching and how it all began. I did amazing trainings. I've met a lot of wonderful people along the way. My journey as a coach. I'm thankful, so thankful for all my mentors and for introducing me and teaching me new ways of doing life. And also my introducing me to sisterhood. I know if you've seen my post, I talk about it a lot, and it's because prior to that, yes, I had a lot of friends at work that were uplifting and supporting, but I also had, for the majority of my life, like a lot of women who instead of uplifting each other, were tearing each other down. And I couldn't understand, like, what's the point? We're all working towards the same cause here. Like, we're a team. But I realize now it's fear. It's just fear. But I didn't back then. And I would come home crying sometimes because of these experiences with these women. And when I was introduced to sisterhood, I was blown away at the fact that you can connect with other women and you can celebrate each other and you can share anything that's going on, regardless of if it's part of what you're working with or what you're doing. It's just beautiful. You make such strong connections that's why it's so important for me to incorporate sisterhood into my programs. I think it's beautiful when you have women working together and celebrating each other rather than being envious of what others have or don't have, or putting each other down, because when you work together you can accomplish more. And so sisterhood will forever be part of all my programs. Of all my, whatever I do coaching, you can guarantee that if you're working with me, there's gonna be a sisterhood. Like, it's just gonna happen. So, okay, so my recipe called for 6 zucchinis. I only had 2, and I had spiralized because on Sundays I do my meal prep. I had spiralized 3, I think. So it'll have to do. But seriously, guys, like this is so cool. Like, I love how it just comes out. Okay, we're gonna cut that. So that's done. Let me throw away my scraps. Like I mentioned, I am naturally a messy cook. When I was working at the hotel as a prep cook, oh my goodness, it was like a war zone in my area. Hold on. But so everyone knew which one was my station because it was so messy. And one time I have not had one of my very good friends. She was working with me at the time, and we were working in pastry and our uniforms. She was so neat. I don't know how the hell she did it, seriously, because we would be working with chocolate and everything, and her uniform was like, she just put it on, and mine by the end of the day was all covered in sugar, chocolate, anything you can think of. It was on my uniform. And so this day I grabbed chocolate and I went from behind her, hugged her, and I like wiped my hands all over her. Oh my gosh, she was so mad at me. And I was like, live a little. It's okay. It's just chocolate. But I learned my lesson never to do that to her ever again because she was so upset. And yeah, so I was the messy one. Let me open up my recipe. Hold on. Come on, computer. Don't fail me. Okay, coming. I should have just written it in a paper, but no. Had to have it there. Okay, my 2 ripe avocados. The only thing I don't have for this recipe is pine nuts, but I mean, I have everything else, so that's it. So it says in a food processor, add avocados, basil leaves, garlic, not pine nuts, because we don't have that, lemon juice, and sea salt until finely chopped. Okay, and